Well, almost have no words right now, to be honest. Pretty much the end of the work week. Kind of a long week for me personally. Really needed to unwind. Was really looking forward to this game, considering how good week one was overall, especially the primetime games, the opener, Friday night, Sunday night. And I was really just ready for another game. And wow, pretty depressing stuff, man. Don't know what to say. Before I get into it, I just want to say I am not a Dolphins hater at all. I have nothing against Tua. I have nothing against Mike McDaniel. In fact, I think Mike McDaniel is a pretty cool guy. I love his kookiness. I love his just authenticity and just his pure, genuine personality that's one of one. So, before the injuries occurred, really disappointing stuff from Miami, just because it still feels like the same team from a year ago, except significantly worse. I've touched on this before in the offseason, but losing Vic Fangio was a big blow, and I think we've seen that through 2 weeks so far, especially tonight. Josh Allen, that James Cook, it was just like practice for them. Absolutely no intensity. Looked like they were against a peewee defense or something. It just was not at the same skill level whatsoever. Just too easy, man. And for this to be a primetime game, just frustrating. And it's funny too. In the past couple years, Thursday night football games have been notoriously pretty awful, and unfortunately, that trend continues. This game was pretty bad. I'm really kind of in a bad mood right now just because of how bad that game was, but it's the same narrative as a year ago. The Miami Dolphins can't beat any good teams. I don't even know where to start with this game. I'll get into the injuries in a second, but I mean, the thing that sticks out to me right off the top is just the play calling right before the end of the half. Like, what are you doing? Just like running checkdowns and these like short little dinky passes to get out of bounds. You're down by 17 points. You have Tyreek. You have Waddle. Just sling it, bro. You're at home. Just sling it. But yeah, man. Tua, 3 interceptions. Sure. First one, not really his fault. Second one, miscommunication, I guess. But the third one is just the cherry on top. Wow, man. Wow. And that's the thing. That was going to be the headline prior to the injury of just like, you pay Tua that ridiculous contract, and week 2 at home, Thursday Night Football, rivalry game, and your star quarterback throws 3 interceptions in the first half, I believe? No. 2 in the first, 1 in the third. Like, come on, man. And that's the thing. The Dolphins were supposed to be competing with the Bills this year to win the AFC East, so that's definitely out of the conversation right now. That's not going to happen. They also had an injury to their lineman, Armstead. Not great, considering how often they ran the ball today as well. A-Chain looks solid. He looks like a solid player. I hope he sticks around and he stays healthy. Hopefully they'll get Raheem Mostert back. That'll definitely help. The rookie looked pretty good tonight on some plays. So, run game looked good for the most part. Even though I feel like they were calling too many run plays, I just feel like it wasn't that effective for it to be that run heavy. Sometimes you gotta pass to set up the run, and I would say eventually in this season they might get to that point of a pure balanced offense of just a vertical down the field passing and an elite outside zone run scheme, but because of this injury, everything is out the window. All right, let's get into it. So Tua suffers another concussion. Another concussion. It's unbelievable. It's sad. It's depressing. It's unbelievable that they paid him that contract. It was shocking at the time. It was a mistake at the time, and even more now. It's 10 times more of a mistake. It's so much more amplified now, and I hate to say it, but they kind of deserve it. I just don't know how you pay that much money for an injury-prone guy that suffered, what, 4 concussions in like a year and a half now? It's ridiculous, man. There was serious conversations of people telling to retire after he suffered 3 concussions in 1 year, and doctors, ex-players, etc. It doesn't take a genius to know that concussions are pretty serious. We saw the Cincinnati game. He was having a seizure on the field, and he's going to suffer another one tonight, and he has one, and he's going to be out for what, a week, and then he's going to come back and play again and suffer another one, more than likely. Like, come on, man. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't even know where to start. There's so much more to talk about. The fact that, like, he didn't slide knowing that he has that contract, he has that bag, and he knows his health and history. And I get it. It's the heat of the moment. It's the game. It's the adrenaline. You're at home. You want to play. It's 4th down. But, man, you got to slide, bro. Like, and the fact that, like, it was Damar Hamlin that delivered the hit. And that's another crazy thing too, man. It wasn't like he took a knee to the head or his head to head or his shoulder to head. He hit like Damar Hamlin's like forearm or like bicep. And like, I know still like it's impact on impact, but bro, like if he hit Damar Hamlin's knee or if it was head to head, I don't know if Tua gets up and walks to the tunnel, to be honest, bro. And Damar Hamlin's a pretty skinny guy too. He's pretty skinny for his safety. So all in all, I feel like Tua kind of got lucky to a certain extent. I feel like that could have been a lot worse. Another thing too is just like everyone got paid in the offseason. Everyone on that offense, including Mike McDaniel. And it's just like Herb, the commentator, made a good point at the end of the game of just there's 5 minutes left, your offense is out there, and your 2-star wide receivers are on the bench, chilling, smiling. They don't care, and why should they? Honestly, they got paid, and they live in Miami, and they're getting paid millions and millions of dollars. Like, who cares? If you're getting paid all that money and you're terrible and you don't have a quarterback and you're living in like Wisconsin or Seattle or I don't know, like not some sunshine state, it's a different story. But that's the thing, man. Miami is just too casual of a city, like, and the fact that they're just there chilling, like, it's just, I don't think this team is ever going to do anything, unfortunately, man. I don't think they have the right structure. I don't think they have the foundation. I don't think they have the right leadership. Like, that's just not going to work. You don't win playoff games when your 2 best players are just chilling on the bench, laughing it up like they don't care because they got paid and, like, who cares? The season's over, man. It's done. It's over. And y'all might think I'm exaggerating, or maybe a few of you, but trust me, I'm not. It's done. Before the injuries, this was supposed to be a close game. You're at home. You're favored. The fact that you got blown out in the first half is just a travesty. It's embarrassing. It's just an embarrassing performance. It's so far the most embarrassing game of the year. This, in my opinion, this beats the Panthers and the Saints by a lot. Panthers are the Panthers. No expectations for this year coming into it. Dolphins, a lot of people said they would win the AFC East this year, or at least compete for it. Really? It's week 2 at home, Thursday Night Football? That's how you start off? Come on, bro. It sucks, because I wanted to see a good game, and not only that, but I wanted to see them erase the narrative from a year ago. Like I said, I like Mike McDaniel. Seems like a cool guy, and I want to see them take the next step. I want to see the Chiefs have more competition, but nope. Nope. This team isn't going to do anything. This team will never win a playoff game. I'm calling it right now. Hey, man, if the Miami Dolphins ever win a playoff game with Tua as their quarterback, at me, let me know. You know, tell me I'm an idiot. I don't care. But until that happens, I'm telling you, bro, it's not going to happen. It's not. Just really depressing how a season is pretty much over by week 2. One of the most quote-unquote highly explosive offenses just got sidelined for I don't know how long. And even when Tua comes back, it's just, come on, bro. Like, think about your family. Think about your career outside of football. Think about your health, bro. Just think about what you want to do with the rest of your life. It's sad. It's sad. Like, honestly, it's like a boxer that I don't know if I got like any UFC fans out there, but it's like Tony Ferguson or something like that. Like, or just some boxer that once had it, but he just keeps getting knocked out and he just doesn't know how to retire. Like, come on, Tua. It's getting gross, bro. Just call it, dude. One more thing I want to touch on. They paid Mike McDaniel that contract. When they first paid him that contract, I was iffy on it. Definitely wouldn't do that if I was the GM of the Dolphins, but I don't know, man. That narrative of the Dolphins not being able to beat any good teams is not going away anytime soon. Unfortunately, this team is not going to take the next step. This team is obviously going to regress, and we've seen it tonight. Sad stuff. Maybe they'll run it back next year. I would just advise them to get a solid quarterback or draft a guy. I wanted Michael Penix to go to Miami, but they definitely need to address the quarterback situation in the following offseason. So until then, Dolphins fans, it's been real. That's all I got for right now. Peace.